What's poppin', y'all? Today we've got a rage-inducing, but heartwarming, a villain, but also a hero and an inspiration, all cooked up into one story. And like the more I peeled back the layers on this, I was like, wow, this is actually incredible S-tier levels of entertainment for the unemployed. And as one of you guys unemployed, we have to cover this. So the background here is there's a streamer called YourRage. You guys are probably familiar with him, YourRage Gaming, YRG. I think he's a part of FaZe still, but he was also really early on in the Soluminati community. And then he started streaming on his own. Aiden Ross, he started kicking it with Aiden Ross as well as Kesan Reacts and Bruce. Him and Bruce and Kesan Reacts had their own thing going on. And he recently underwent surgery. I don't know if it was like double leg surgery or something like that, but he's unable to walk. I don't know if it was ACL or something, but he was unable to walk for months. And he decided to bring this guy, Cory who's another streamer from Streamer University, into the fold to be his quote-unquote caretaker. So this is great for content because YourRage, he can't really move around, and granted, YourRage was doing killer numbers without webcam and without moving around just on desktop for years before he decided to show his face. So that wouldn't be a hamper on him, but it's even better content because like, yo, this is all reality TV right now. But this Cory guy, we've actually talked about him on the channel before. Now let me just give you a little flashback. If you remember, months ago, there was this streamer that was dropping out of college to go to Streamer University. And I'm going to play you guys the clip right now.
I am going to be dropping out of college live on stream in front of y'all to pursue my talents to be able to attempt to enroll into Kesan Reacts Streamer University. This is literally me in school. Like, this is no troll. I'm withdrawn. Oh, hell yeah, I'm withdrawn. So here we are. Let me make sure I'm not leaking nothing again, bro. No, and I officially dropped out of Georgia State University. I have officially withdrawn. So you're telling me you dropped out for 1 week of Kesan Reacts school and you didn't wait to know it's guaranteed before you dropped out? Yeah, gang, that's literally what I did. It ain't a guarantee, it's a risk. And for that reason, I was willing to take that risk. Regardless if I get in or not, that's a part of the process. If anything, if I don't get in, it'll motivate me more. I don't even know if I should be excited now anymore. Like, this is really like real life. Yo, on that note, that don't guarantee me a spot on the university too. This nigga could decline my shit so easily just on some joking shit and not give a fuck and just laugh at me.
So I did a whole video on this when it happened and I co-signed it. I didn't all the way co-sign it because there are certain times this is why I never, like 99.99, almost 100% of the time I never give advice because you don't know who's taking the advice, right? Like for example, if I went through a certain path, if I know that the person is identical to me in every single way, I'd give them the advice, do the same thing. But if they're not, you can't really say that. So I didn't co-sign this guy dropping out, but I said I respected it, and somebody with that mentality, it would work in his favor. You could check out that video. I will try and remember to put it in the pinned comment. But this guy ended up going to Streamer University, and we're gonna go through his stats in a little bit, his Twitch stats before and after. But what happened with the situation that got everybody going crazy is this guy took it too far with YourRage, and by too far, we're talking about the guy damn near did a BNE and home invasion and a robbery for this guy. He caught 4 stars on GTA, at least 3 stars in this one night. So this all starts with this Cory guy, and him and Rage are trolling back and forth. It's like this caretaker that's supposed to piss off this like old man, quote unquote, not really an old man. And that's the dynamic that they're playing into. But this dynamic gets a little bit worse with this clip.
Bro, you talking about, I'm in the whip, I'm out this whole you talking about, nigga. Yo, start this bitch up, nigga. I don't give a fuck about what y'all talking about, nigga. Right in there, nigga. Fuck you talking about. This shit look good as fuck, though, twin. This shit look good as fuck, though, twin. Diamond glistening and shit, nigga. Fuck you talking about. Let me take my picture of shit. Feel like a real millionaire in that bitch. Yeah. Come on, take that bitch, twin. Let me get a flash on it. Let me get the flash.
So in the middle of the night, this guy not only takes Rage's chain that's allegedly worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and he hops in the Hellcat. It sounds like a Hellcat. That thing is roaring. But he decides to go and pawn this as a part of the stream. It's like, Dog, what? Hold on. What are you doing? Pawning a dude's chain? Like, this is, keep in mind, the car is already a felony. You ain't got permission to go in there. Like, a $250,000 chain, dog, you're looking at a lot of prison time. And you're doing this without the guy knowing. But he's probably just thinking like, yo, I just got to get it by any means. Keep in mind, this guy's mentality is somebody that dropped out of college where he was taking 2 classes and failing anyway to potentially be in Streamer University. He wasn't even guaranteed to get accepted at that point. That being said, Rage, he gets pissed. So he pulls up on the guy at the pawn shop. Like, Rage is actually angry. So I'm going to play you guys this clip.
Was y'all like, bro, y'all dead ass came up on some shit like
troll, script, good script, good content. Good content, great content. Don't come outside, bro.
But when I troll, it's a whole different story. But when I troll, it's a whole different story, though. You want some weird shit, and you got security for no reason. Let me get my bag, bro. Get the bag. Oh, you want some weird shit, man? You bring security for no reason. Niggas ain't had security yesterday when you was trolling me in the chat. But you was trolling me in the chat. You want some weird shit.
Okay, cool, good script. Bro. So what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to just let you sit here and watch from my house?
Bro, but y'all was on, I was on the same type of time, and I was telling you. Everything content at the end of the day, what the f? You over here acting, you bring security into like this shit back here, man. Fuck right. You mad as shit that I'm making content and trying to take advantage of our opportunity. What the f? You had me over here for what? So why are you doing all that, bringing security and shit like that, having niggas put me on the ground and had they foot over on my body for what reason, gang? You're doing too much, bro.
We are here for too long.
You're doing too much, gang.
Are you Ubering?
Bro, I'm not leaving with you, gang. I'm not leaving with you. You want some? Why the fuck am I gonna stay in the same car with a nigga on some weird shit? You bringing security for no reason.
Good script.
How is that? How's that a problem?
Great script.
Okay, cool. You think it's a great script, right? Nigga, okay, cool. It's a great script, but when you doing content and you're trolling too, how that shit a problem?
That makes sense.
Okay, but that shit not a problem. You over here in the chat having these niggas troll me, but when I get mad and silent about some shit, but
you're a YN, Cory. You're a YN. Let's go. Come on.
You want some weird shit.
Yo, you're the toughest. So you
mad at that I'm okay, but it's content. But okay, so yesterday was content, but what about today though? What about it? So this can't be content either?
Yeah, we tried to blur a little bit. We had to cut the part where, you know, the security pretty much slams him on the ground and takes the stuff off of him. And at this point, I think a lot of the audience are probably like, wait, hold on. Is this guy actually mad? Is this part of the script? What's going on? Well, what happens next is Cory 2U gets kicked out of Rage's crib because he was staying at Rage's crib. So I'm going to run you guys that clip right now.
What the f is wrong with this game? Like, bro, these violent, bro, you niggas on some bullshit, bro. These niggas got the dogs out the way. This shit don't even fucking open. Y'all weird, bro. Y'all threw my shit at the spot. All I got is my DoorDash bag, gang. These real like through my shit, bro. I got no bread. I got a whole DoorDash back and I took an Uber off my overdrive, gang. Bro, you on some weird type of timing, bro. Y'all doing too much shit. Just content, you throwing my shit. This is my only clothes. I worn this shit since freshman year, gang. I got no extra shit. Look at that, they got bugs on my shit, like my shit is shit, gang. I got nowhere to stay tonight, gang. What the fuck? I dead ass have nowhere to stay tonight. I'm in Broward, nowhere to stay. These niggas trolling. I need my shit. I have something left in there. Niggas got my shit, gang. Got my brown shirt. These is fresh underwear, gang. Like, you niggas on some weird type of time and it's content. Like, bro, y'all on bullshit, gang. Like, what the fuck? Niggas can't even go inside the crib. Niggas get slammed by security. Y'all niggas doing way too fucking much. Just can't troll, like, take a fucking joke. Just like how you joked around with me, take a joke, gang. Real shit. Like, this is beyond just content. You niggas is bullshit. Like, what the fuck? I'm dead ass homeless, gang. I'm finna be at one of them fucking extended stays. With no bread, how am I gonna be able to stay there? How am I gonna be able to stay there, gang? How am I gonna be able to stay there? Real, I have no bread. I came out here with no bread. This not paying me nothing. Like, what? This shit just content, and this nigga dead ass threw my out like my shit nothing, gang. That's dead frying me. Like, what the fuck? bro. Weird as shit, gang. I'm out, bro. This weird, bro. The fuck? Like, yo, this is dead frying. Because it's like, how do you expect me to come out here for your shit? You not making sure that a nigga, like, yo, it's never that deep, gang. It's never that deep. On everything I love, it's never that deep.
And it looked like Ray, because at this point, Cory 2U, he sounds like, yo, y'all tripping. Like, you threw my clothes out. Dog, you just took like 300 plus grand of stuff, tried to pawn the 250 G's, pawning it for clout. It's like, dog, he just threw your clothes out there. Well, what do you mean? But yeah, so Cory, he gets kicked out. And then Rage gives an announcement that, yo, he's not messing with these new streamers. He's not trying to help them out no more. Play you guys that clip.
And I don't know if he got mad because I wasn't a part of the haunted house with him, or if I didn't have a good time. I don't know. After he left the haunted house, he was tight. He wasn't talking to me. He wasn't saying shit, right? After the stream ends, I say, all right, so what's up? He's like, I was even mad for real. I'm like, oh.
He was already plotting, dog, to do something else. I'm telling you, I know how niggas move like that. He sounds like a snake to me.
No, he just...
You and your body.
I know it's gonna sound like I'm coping for the nigga, but the nigga is OD, like...
Emotional.
No, not even, he doesn't care what line he crossed, he don't care who feeling, he don't give a as long as he gets his content, as long as he get his clip.
He gonna get hurt like that.
As long as he get his clip. That's all these new little niggas, little niggas like that, bro. Every single one of these new little niggas like that!
Crash out.
So this starts spreading like wildfire. This is like one of the biggest things on Twitter and I don't know about TikTok. I don't really browse it like that. I do need to start doing that though. And then he announces that, yo, he's done with you guys. So this guy done effed it up for a lot of people. And another member of FaZe, Kesan, reacts to this. And I think he gives one of the best descriptions of this that allows people to understand the gravity of what Cory 2U did, especially in a younger audience, maybe like high school kids. They're like, yo, he just took his chain, you know, he's trolling. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip.
But when I troll, it's a whole different story. Though. You want some weird, man, you got security for no reason.
Cory, this is not trolling. You took another man's chain without telling him, drove it to a pawn shop. You have a house in your hand with no security trying to, like, what the f are you saying, Cory? And you took his car? Yo, this is the problem with the new generation. And you do some dumb shit, it's trolling. You say some hating shit, it's rage bait. Like, come on, bro. This shit is not, like, yo, bro. That shit is not it, bro. Like, this is another level of up.
Oh, here when he said, yo, you have a house in your hand with no security, that's when I said, oh, whoa. Because you just think a chain, but really that chain, if it's worth 250K, YourRage isn't the guy that needs to lie about that. That is a house. If you include the car as well, that is for sure a house. So that's terrible. So a day or two passes by and YourRage finally replies to this entire situation and he gives a solid explanation. So I'm gonna run you guys that.
The time after, I think it was the first or second stream, I don't remember. He asked me if I was like actually mad. I'm like, I was, but don't worry about me being mad on stream. Like, I'm gonna get over it. I'm not emotional like that, to an extent. After he took that, it just thought, yo, I can do whatever I want. It's dumb. He's still brain dead, but I could see where he kind of asked me for permission for certain things, but it wasn't clear. Like, it's still too far. You feel me? So I don't know how y'all feel about him right now. I have not looked at a single clip. I swear on everything I love. I haven't looked at Twitter. I didn't look in the comments. I didn't look on TikTok. I haven't clicked a single clip from that stream. I don't know why. I did just haven't. I've seen it everywhere. People keep texting me, but I did not click nothing. I don't know why.
So here, I think, I'm not saying we got to cut Cory 2U some slack. Absolutely not. But this is where lines get blurred. And like I said, IRL streaming is entirely scripted. It's too difficult not to script. I would say IRL streaming stopped being scripted maybe in 2019 or so, because when IRL streaming, the demand for the audience and the consistent entertainment is so high, you can't help but to script it. Back then, people were cool with, there was this white guy, I forgot his name. Joey Chaotic is an example. He's an Asian dude that would just go around unscripted streams. And there was this white guy whose name I forgot. He would mostly be in Japan. I don't know if his name was Nick or Jake. I think it was Jake. Yeah, the guy's name was Jake, something Jake. And he would be in like Japan, Asian countries, and he would just be vibing out, chilling, doing unscripted streams. People would call that boring. They'd call that whatever term they've got now. So you've got to script stuff to keep it engaging. It's like reality TV, except you don't get the cuts. So I think there was a situation where Cory 2U did something, Rage gets pissed, and then he asked him about it afterwards. So it's not like Cory 2U is just trying to, destroy everything. He's like, yo, were you really angry about that? And he's like, no, don't trip. If it's on stream, it's on stream, whatever. But this is the thing. Were you actually going to pawn that? That's the thing. And maybe he didn't know what was too far for YourRage. And YourRage is cutting him a little bit of slack here, which is, I think it's good on him. And Cory 2U finally responds to the whole situation. And he had been getting, he's been getting a ton of hate. Like, YourRage's community does not play. I don't know if it's as potent as it was during the 19, because back then he was just ratioing everybody. It was nuts. Even people significantly more popular than him. So Cory 2U responds. I'm gonna play you guys that clip.
I was 100% wilding. Like, I was wilding. From taking his car, his whip, to taking his chain is 100% OD. Like, that's above and beyond. That is OD. And I gotta understand or respect somebody's like crib and their boundaries 100%. And I hope, you know what I'm saying, CYG is still in the works. You know what I'm saying? But that's besides the point. But I really gotta understand what's boundaries. And at the end of the day, I was a guest in Rage's crib. He let me stay in his crib, in his guest house. And I gotta understand that, just respect what he has, because it's not my crib at the end of the day, 100%. And that's the truth. That's really the truth. That's the truth, 100%.
And here you can see the guy's apologetic. He's been going through it, but I really think that guy is made for this stuff, because let's just take a look at his stats as well, because remember, this was in early May, late April when he made that dropout video. So I'm going to pull up his Twitch stats and I'm going to go to a couple of different markers on them. So this guy's got 120,000 total followers. The follower count is in the blue. So it's that blue line on the bottom. The green is his average viewers and it's his hours streamed. So if you look, this guy's been streaming since 2021. Like, you see, he was averaging 5 viewers in 2021, 2022. He never averaged more than 10 viewers until 2023. So this guy was streaming for 2+ years and really not getting much of anywhere. A lot of people are probably like, yo, where'd this guy come from, right? And his followers he started to grow a little bit in 2023. He was still averaging around 10 viewers, but he was streaming a little bit more. You could see the amount that he was streaming going up, but nothing really happened until we skipped to 2025. Where he did the dropout thing. So he had around 10K followers in March, April of 2025. And that's when he did the dropout. And then he went to Streamer University. And you can see the absolute straight line spike up of followers. So from May 21st, when he had 13,000 followers and he was averaging, May 17th, 2025, this guy had 12,000 followers, 221 average viewers. Several days later, he's averaging 1,600. And then by June 17th, this guy's at 110,000 followers. So he gained 100,000 followers in a month. He's started averaging 5,000 plus viewers. And this was in June. This is before he even got with Rage. And then, that is insane growth and insane numbers. And you can see also the average viewer just spikes so high. And then it drops back and levels down. But now he's averaging anywhere from 500 to 850, which is solid. It's enough to survive on. So that just goes to show you the heartwarming part about this is this guy took a massive risk, a big chance on himself. He bet on himself. He dropped out of college. He went to Streamer University. He got in this thing with Rage. He stayed consistent. He was already streaming for years. And now he's up and we're talking about him. And I talked about him back then. And I was like, yo, we're probably going to see this guy. Like, someone with this mentality, I rarely ever see them fail.
I give a fuck and just laugh at me.
Okay. I like this. You know why I like this? And I'm not encouraging this. But number one, this guy had like a 2.2 GPA. So he was just wasting somebody's money. I don't know if it was his money or somebody else's. But granted, dropping out to stream is crazy. However, I like this because it's going to get a ton of attention. So, I mean, this made its way, it basically made its way so that I'm making a video about it. And this is so far and removed from what I usually talk about. But I just want to talk about this because it's fun. And hey, I'm trying to have more fun on this channel. Hip hop's fun, but this is fun as well. This got a lot of attention. It got like 700 and almost 800K views on the repost, I believe, from Scuba Ryan, the Twitter page. This guy got a bunch of followers from it. He has a bunch of attention now on his stream. And then if he makes it to now, Kesan Reacts has definitely seen this, or somebody on Kesan Reacts' team has seen this. If they put this guy on, and he's entertaining, then things can pick up for him. Now, people that yap about it and they're like, yo, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and then they drop out and they don't do anything. Yeah, that happens all the time, and that person's not gonna make it. But I'm kind of glad to see that this guy made it. Hopefully he learns his lesson and more people don't do this nonsense. Granted, this did help him out. It blew him up a lot more. It was a lot of hate, but hey, overall, I'm rooting for this guy. He's just got to temper things out. Like somebody that's willing to go all out for this, you know, he's dedicated. So he's dedicated to bringing the content to the people. But let me know what y'all think about this. Do you still think like, yo, this guy doesn't deserve it after seeing how much work he's put in, especially over the years? Or are you like, yo, this guy's just a punk, or he just learned his lesson? It was just this interaction. Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.